hey, man, it's not just Leo and Spargo now here in Mexico. We got some other killers, and he is definitely one of them. Chag, of course, also in this bracket. Meister definitely in this bracket. And they're going to put up some numbers, man. I think Mexico has a very realistic shot, just as they did at Ultimate Summit, of taking all top 4 spots here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, I mean, BigBoss constantly trains with MK Leo. I believe they're both Mexico City. So, kind of MK Leo's training partner, if you will. And whenever Gluto and Leo are in the same area, they're also training partners as well. They love grinding with each other, right? They just want to see each other thrive. And just, you know, sometimes playing with the homies is always great, and especially when they're around your skill level, so you can learn so much off of each other.
Yeah, definitely love the training regimen that these players have been cooking up over the past year or so, and even finding a way to get it done remotely, right? But Gluto with a really strong start here. Final Destination as the first stage pick. I would have thought this is pretty good for R.O.B, but I feel like Gluto is pretty damn good on FD. The fact that he's even comfortable enough to let a Game 1 versus a zoner go here speaks a lot.
Yeah, it's very rare, actually, that you see any Game 1 on Final Destination, even to the point where the general community, you know, there are parts of the community that ask for Final Destination to be a counter pick and not even a starter.
Kind of a crazy proposition, right? Because
yeah.
all the old memes, you know, Final Destination, Fox only, etc., considered the quote-unquote fairest stage for competition. But, of course, these players, they're just fine with it. BigBoss makes a huge comeback. He took about 80 damage at the beginning of the match, manages to fire back in a huge way and take the first stock first.
Yeah, you gotta hit the tech, especially if you're a floaty, right? Like when you're a floaty character, you definitely have a little bit more air time to hit those techs, and Gluto missing that tech and paying for it with that first stock. And I mean, to be fair, you know, the R.O.B down to a pretty nasty angle.
Yeah, it definitely sets you up for knockdowns. You can almost wave shine people across the stage with it too.
Yeah.
Then when it starts knocking down, you got to be on your P's and Q's about teching that. Oh, and again, BigBoss finding a kill. No, okay, Wario just chunky enough to hang on there, but not for the up air.
Yeah, it's such a common Wario, you know, recovery. Going high with the bike with that insane air mobility, right? You put yourself in a juggle situation, but better than being on the ledge as Wario because you have so much more mix and, you know, just a really huge call out right there from BigBoss, up 3 stocks to 1. And I mean, everyone was talking about how Gluto was messing everyone up in friendlies, right, at Ultimate Summit 4, but BigBoss showing, like, look at this, you know, I got the chops to hang with the best here.
Yeah, definitely worth noting that there were not any R.O.Bs in the main bracket at Summit either. So even though you saw BigBoss take 3rd in the VIP bracket, let's not forget that this was by far the most stacked VIP bracket the Summit has ever had. Top 3 being Void, Luis, Void, BigBoss, and then Aaron at 4th. Are you kidding me?
Mars at 5th, like, insanely stacked bracket. And coming in here, Gluto getting the waft here just for the, I was gonna say for the damage, but it was actually indeed for the stock there. Cross stage, the full op is enough. And I mean, this is looking like a pretty doable game here for Gluto. You're down percentage wise, but I mean, R.O.B is big, right?
R.O.B is big, and so is Gluto's clutch factor. We've seen this guy pull so many reverse 3-0s, including on Light.
Yeah.
Our 2nd place finisher at Summit this weekend. Oh my God, and the DI.
If it was a zombie, it would have killed.
That's true. Zomba does get a 15% knockback buff on carries.
A throw, into the bike, and that's such a quick hitbox, very large as well, very good for throwing up. Okay, gets another back air, no sweet spot though, force the air dodge with the laser, try to go for the fair, and Gluto gonna recover with that up B.
Yeah, he's just about at half walk territory as well, so he does have a little bit of X factor. Oh, and he's too early by seconds right there.
Yeah, and I actually agree, going for that, the dash attack to catch the landing, it's going to be enough. You can't kill this man on his last stock.
Gluto is the survivalist, man, the Bear Grylls with Smash Brothers.
Yeah, and I mean, even just gathering all that information, the 1st and 2nd stock, and using that in the 3rd stock to really just, I mean, one of the best defenses we've seen in a while coming up. Obviously, you have the character to do it. Wario, extremely great air mobility, so some of your juggle disadvantages isn't going to be that bad. You can avoid the ledge by using the bike and recovering high, right? And on top of that, you have the weight to back it up, so you're just extremely tanky. And I like that Gluto, even though, like, maybe not the half waft available, just letting it rip, because at that point you knew this is probably the last window that I get the true combo in a waft, right? So use it, whether it KOs or whether it's just for damage, it's fine. Because it's just so hard to get a straight hit waft unless, like, Gluto's fishing for a parry. Or one thing I want to see is more out of shield wafts as well coming out from Wario's.
Yes, like melee puff rest. You just jump and waft. Of course, you don't have to drop your shield for 11 frames. It's a much quicker way to access your specials out of shield. But man, as hard as it is to break through Gluto in the game, it's also even harder to break his mentality. You saw him at such a high % on his last stock, and just, bam, 3 in a row down.
Yeah, I feel like Gluto never gives up. And you would think that's a very common thing in this top level of play, but it actually is. It's very hard to compete just in general. So, I mean, like, to have that grit and resilience that Gluto has throughout all these sets is wild.
Yeah, he plays out of his mind when his back is to the wall. BigBoss now on the receiving end of that, finding out firsthand exactly what Gluto's capable of. And yet again, we see BigBoss off to an early lead, looking for those knockdowns. This time, Gluto's going to tech it. It's going to keep him out of trouble for a little longer.
Ooh, okay, finish things off with the up B. The twirl there for the damage. Falling up are going to be one of the main bread and butters here for Wario, whether it be for the waft or even just a standard conversion, right? Nair and up air are going to be your main openers.
Trying to come off the platform with that full hop Nair. BigBoss looking for some kind of a kill off the down throw and still can't find it. This is where Gluto excels. You are going to keep reaching, and he's going to keep teaching. Shouts to Rod for one of my favorite quotes of all time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's one of the best. And, I mean, how many times have we seen that in Ultimate, right? I mean, that's what, really separates the good from the great. Can you really, like, get that whiff punish game in, right? It's so hard to whiff punish in this game just because of, like, the ending lag of a lot of moves. The down air is not enough. But when you're able to whiff punish either via the ground and the air, it just really goes to show you're. Oh my goodness!
This guy's insane.
What a reversal! He DI'd left there, went into the tech. What are you edge guarding Falcon? What's going on?
Oh my God! Making R.O.B look like a sitting duck. Even with the up air, the aggressive up air on the way up, he just teched and down aired him.
He punished him for that. Like. Teching into the, or like just DIing into the stage as well, using the waft. Doesn't get the KO, but I like it. Gets the damage and gets the next waft charging.
We've been talking about how players are evolving their characters, even the ones that they've played for multiple games or for the entirety of Ultimate. For Gluto, it's using that waft a little bit more liberally and just knowing that you can get 2. Whether it's 1 full waft and 1 half waft or even 2 full wafts over the course of a game, he's just getting a lot more value out of it now.
Gluto is a menace off stage. Was able to get that second stock with a multi-hit trade with the down air, and then BigBoss just buffered into a air dodge because thought he was going to get stage spike from the down air. So amazing off-stage pressure coming out from Gluto here. And we've seen Gluto in matchups where he can go hard off stage. Oh my goodness. He will go hard in the paint for the stock. Obviously, Wario can just stay out there for so long with the bike. And I mean, especially when you just have moves like back or even forward air that kind of just like linger out there and just get that one little hit that you need to kind of continue the situation.
And all the air mobility in the world to chase super deep. Gluto not shy about taking advantage of that. Look at the download, man. Gluto with a little bit of information, hands down one of the scariest players out there.
Yep, and then up to... Oh, we're out of here.
So tragic. BigBoss off the stage. Maybe just trying to swing back a little preemptively. But unfortunately, it's going to result in his death. And Gluto takes the set 2-1 over BigBoss. France taking Mexico down.